Hi, this is Michelle Kasky from Homeschool-Your-Boys.com, and today I want to talk to you about homeschooling without textbooks. When we first started homeschooling, I really didn't know anything about teaching other than from my own previous experience of growing up in the public school system. And the way I was taught was by the use of textbooks. So we would go from class to class and we would have a different textbook for each class. We'd have a science textbook and a history textbook and an English textbook and a math textbook. And we would just go from textbook to textbook to textbook and we would learn whatever lesson was next. So when I first started homeschooling my boys, I used the same sort of teaching method for them, and we used textbooks. And it went okay for a little while until they got to a certain point where they decided that learning wasn't so fun anymore. And then I started thinking, what can I do to make learning fun for them again? So I did some research and I realized that you don't actually have to get all your learning out of a textbook. You can make things a whole lot more interesting and exciting if you incorporate real books instead of textbooks. So we have been doing that for the last several years, and it has been much more interesting to my boys. For instance, when we are learning our history, we don't just grab out our history book and read the next lesson. We will read some nonfiction history about that topic, whichever period of time that we are learning about. We will read some historical fiction about that same time period, and we will listen to some audiobooks about that time period, and we can watch movies about that time period. We can do some different hands-on projects about that time period, and we learn a ton about whatever time period we're studying, and it's so much more interesting and engaging for my boys than if we were just simply reading out of a textbook and then answering questions at the end, taking a quiz, taking a test. So it is possible to homeschool without textbooks. Math, probably still need a math textbook unless you're going to do a math class online, and that totally works too. But for the other subjects, it has been awesome for us to throw the textbooks away and to read real books instead. So I would encourage you to give that a try. Maybe not for all of your subjects at once, but history is especially easy to do this with. Science you can do this with as well. Try teaching the lessons and having your kids learn by reading real books this next year instead of textbooks. See how their interest level, if it goes up or down. There are some kids that actually would prefer just reading it out of textbook, answering the questions, and being done. Okay? So you have to know your own child. For my boys, it actually has been really good for them to dump the textbooks and to learn from the books. But your child may be different, so it's important for you to study your own child and see what works best for them. But I think it has been amazing for our homeschool, and even if you don't do it for all the subjects, even if you did it for one or two, that would be great. Give it a try, see if it works. So again, this is Michelle Kasky from Homeschool Your Boys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.